To learn English grammar faster, to improve your English grammar skills, and to really advance from an intermediate to an advanced English speaker, there are 4 things you should do. First of all, you need to study complex grammatical structures. 2, you need to understand how to use complex grammatical structures. 3, you need to practice using these complex grammatical structures. And finally, you need to get feedback so that you know what areas to improve on. In this video lesson, I'll be sharing with you advanced learning tips to help you master English grammar faster. Now, if this is the first time you're here on my YouTube channel, welcome. My name's Adriana from EnglishTeacherAdriana.com. I help English learners improve their English, boost their confidence to finally speak English confidently. If you'd like to drastically improve your confidence speaking in English, make sure to follow the next 2 steps. First of all, subscribe to my YouTube channel, turn on notifications so that you know you get the bell when I post my next video lesson here to help you improve your confidence speaking in English. 2, download my free audio guide where I share with you exactly what you need to be doing every single day to improve your English and to get confident speaking in any situation. To download my free audio guide, make sure to click the link in the description below this video, enter your name, your email address, and I will send you my free audio guide. Guys, this study plan and these tips do not involve you memorizing structures, memorizing rules, because this is the wrong way to progress from an intermediate to an advanced English learner. If you are able to understand 60 to 80% of my video lessons, you are at an intermediate level. You know a lot of grammar, you can understand it, but you have a problem using complex grammatical structures, and this study plan will really help you progress from an intermediate to an advanced English learner. I use this learning my second language, Croatian. We teach this in my online training programs. It works provided that you are consistent, you want to change the way that you are learning, and I guarantee that if you do follow it, in the next few months, you will see your ability to use complex grammatical structures really improve, and you'll have simply better conversations in English. Let's begin by looking at the study plan to help you learn English grammar faster. Now, to begin with, you need to study how English speakers use grammar, and the best way to study and actually see how grammar is used is by reading texts written by English speakers. Now, you don't need to be reading long texts. You don't need to even read books to do this. Actually, I suggest that you regularly read articles. So you could read the news in English, you could read blog posts, basically any text in English. Read it, but read it for grammar. Now, it's important not to choose a long text, because if you choose a long text, you'll only overwhelm yourself. Choose a short text, maybe 1 page long, maximum. Half a page is more than enough. Now, it's not enough just to be reading this text. What I suggest you do is you print it out or get a physical copy of this text and use a highlighter. Highlight parts of the text, specifically focusing on the grammar being used by the writer. So if you see the perfect tense being used, highlight it. If you see articles, if you see prepositions, if you see any tenses, highlight them while reading. Now, while you're highlighting, start by thinking. Not thinking about the text, what's being written in the text, but think about the grammar. Why is the writer using that grammar tense there? Think about what message the writer is trying to convey to the reader. So ask yourself questions why that grammar tense is being used there. Do this mentally to begin with. Then what I suggest that you do is, after you've finished highlighting the text, then write down all those grammar points you've highlighted and write down what structure they are. For example, if you've highlighted articles, write down the articles and why was article A used there and not the article the. Now, by doing this, you are enabling your brain to think faster, to learn grammar faster, because you are analyzing how grammar is being used in real life situations. Now, I do understand that while you are highlighting, you may have questions because you don't know what grammar tense that is and you're stuck. Now, if you feel stuck, write down that grammar point and look it up. Guys, you have access to the internet. If you're watching this video lesson, then you also have access to Google. Google that grammar point up, and specifically, don't be looking at the structure, but look at how to use that grammar point in natural settings. So for example, when can you use a present perfect? Then go back to that sentence, look at how the present perfect was used there, ask yourself questions and analyze this. Now, the first section was very analytical. it requires you to do reading and a lot of analysis. Now, this is great, but you do want to take it one step further, and that is to be using those grammar points to enable you to first of all remember them, use them correctly when you do have to write or speak in English. Now in the next section, we're going to take it one step further and we're going to use the grammar. And I'm going to tell you exactly how now. Now, if you've attended one of my online training programs, you will know that I'm a big fan of writing to improve your speaking skills. Why? Because by you writing, you are able to clearly see what grammar points you are struggling with, what mistakes you're making, so that you can avoid making them when speaking in English. Sure, you can get feedback on your spoken English, but by writing, you're doing that little bit more, practicing grammar, fixing your mistakes, and improving. Now, the fastest way to learn English grammar is to be writing in English every single day. Now, in the first step, we did the analysis. You highlighted different grammar points, you saw the use of them. Now it's your turn to use these grammar points naturally in your daily writing practice. One great way to do this is to be writing in a journal. So before you took down notes, you analyze the text for various grammar points, and now in your journal, make it a point, make it an effort to use those various grammar structures so that you are practicing. You're practicing constructing sentences, your own sentences, okay guys? Don't be using the same sentences as a writer. Spice it up, paraphrase it. If you're copying, you're not learning grammar fast. You're actually just copying, you're not thinking. But if you do paraphrase it, reword the sentences and use the grammar points, you will be able to better understand the grammar, use it, and also see what areas you need to work on. I understand that you may be asking yourself now, but how do I know if I'm using the grammar point correctly? I need help and feedback. Now, before you even think about getting feedback from a teacher, what you should be doing is proofreading. So if you do regularly follow the study plan at the beginning of this lesson, by you proofreading in this step, what you've written down, first of all in your mind, so not reading it out loud, but then reading it out loud, you will see, I'm 100% sure, that you will self-correct a lot of your mistakes, especially mistakes you make with prepositions and articles. Do this once, do this twice, read the text out loud and listen. Listen to yourself. Listen, okay, am I able to understand what I'm saying? Did I use the right grammar tense there? Does it sound right? By you asking yourself questions while proofreading, asking yourself specific grammar questions, you'll see that your brain is being trained to think better, to use complex grammar structures, and you will improve. But you do need to do this consistently. Don't be too hard on yourself. Everybody makes mistakes, and the more you do it, the better you will get. Now, while proofreading, if you see that you're making some common mistakes, so maybe you keep messing up the articles or the prepositions, or even you're not using the perfect tenses or conditionals correctly, what you should do in this case is write a note down in another book and say, hey, I've got to work on the present perfect tense. Now, instead of going and looking at the structure, how to structure this, you already know this, guys, if you're watching this video lesson. Instead, focus on the study plan. So while you are reading, pay more attention to the perfect tenses, how the writer is using the perfect tenses or the conditionals to express and convey their meaning, so that you can better do this in your daily writing practice. It's very important to be consistently monitoring your writing, monitoring it for grammar mistakes, and what you can do to improve. Now, it is also good to get help and feedback from qualified English teachers who can show you exactly what areas you need to work on and guide you in the right direction. This is what we do in our 30-day writing workshop. If you are interested in regular feedback, help, and support, make sure to check out the link in the description below this video. Guys, now it's all up to you. If you do want to learn English grammar faster to advance your English, I do suggest that you start today with this study plan. Watch this video lesson one more time, take down notes, start implementing it so that you can learn English grammar faster and better communicate when speaking in English. Now guys, I'd love to hear from you. Come back in a month's time and let me know in the comments below this video how you're going implementing this study plan. Always great to hear your feedback and see how you're going. Remember guys, if you like this video lesson, make sure to like it. Also, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so that you get the bell. You get notified when I post my next video lesson here to help you improve your confidence speaking in English. If you like more lessons, tips to improve your English, make sure to check out these 2 lessons here. Thank you for watching, thank you for being here, and I look forward to seeing you in my next lesson. Bye for now.